I guarantee there's not one person in this room who's not consumed a piece of digital media today. Be it a song, a video, even text. There's not one person in this room who's not consumed a piece of digital media, which, historically speaking, is somewhat surprising, as digital media is relatively new. In the decades before the 21st century, it was almost nowhere to be found. Instead, people used media such as this, analog media, such as this compact cassette, or this VHS tape you are watching right now. So what is digital media? Digital media is anything that at its core is made up of ones and zeros. Yeah, when you're listening to a song, you don't hear ones and zeros, but you're listening to a sound wave that was reconstructed based off of the instructions of ones and zeros. An algorithm just put them back together to make a sound wave. Now that stands in stark contrast to analog media. This here is a tape, a cassette. It has a lot of names. Officially, it's a Philips compact cassette. But it's called a tape because there's tape inside. This is not just ordinary tape, though. This is called magnetic tape. And the way it works is that, as you can see, it's somewhat brownish in color. That's because it's basically a film of plastic with rust particles smeared on it. And if you know anything about rust and iron, you know that it's magnetic. You know that it can be magnetized. So basically the way this works is when you're recording a tape, there's an electromagnet that pulses in the same shape as the sound wave, and it records little magnetization intervals across the tape, across the particles smeared on the tape. When you play it back, what you hear is a tape head reading the magnetization and playing it out. Okay, you can't hear anything right now because this Walkman's not plugged into anything, but you can imagine. And a similar thing happens in tapes like this, VHS, but it's way more complicated. So it was a direct analog for the sound. That's why it's called analog media. It stands in stark contrast to digital media, which is not an analog to the sound. Well, the first digital media probably happened sooner than you think. It happened in 1982, and it was this, the compact disc, or the CD for short. Now, if you zoom in on this, you will never see ones and zeros. You will see molecules of rust. You'll see particles of rust, not molecules, sorry. If you zoom in on this, you will see ones and zeros. Well, you'll see little pits and lands, little bumps that correspond to ones and zeros. When playing a CD, a laser reads the disc and recreates the sound wave from it. So both of those are still physical media, though, which stands in stark contrast to today's non-physical media, which is entirely digital and exists on little hard drives, such as this. And there's nothing wrong with consuming either form of media, physical, analog, digital, non-physical. Nothing wrong with any of that. But I do think it's quite a bit more fun to decorate your tapes that you recorded from your CDs. But that's just my opinion, and there's nothing wrong with anything else. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. I guarantee